Today we're going to be test dropping some bath bombs that I purchased from Dollar Tree just to compare and contrast how different bath bombs work in the water. I grabbed a few of them, but the one that I really want to try the most right now is this Mermaid Goals one. It's a coconut lime bath bomb, and the packaging says that it bubbles, spins, and dances, and also that there's a prize inside. The back of the label says handmade for women by women, which as a woman-owned business, I can appreciate. And while we're here, let's take a quick glance at the ingredients. Honestly, it's nothing too crazy. It's pretty standard bath bomb ingredients, which depending how you look at it could be a good or bad thing. There's nothing necessarily special in this bath bomb, but the good part is that there's nothing sketchy as well. This bath bomb is super light to hold in terms of weight, and I feel like if I wanted to, I could break it without even putting it in the water in my hands. But here we go. Here are the first impressions of this being dunked in the water. Okay, I'm not gonna judge it right away. I do want to start on a positive note and say I can appreciate the fact that it's floating. I know personally the classic bath bombs that I make with this shape never really float like this, but I have to be honest, I was a little disappointed at the effect of the bath bomb. I feel like there's not really any foam or bubbles coming out, and there's also not really any color, and I kind of spoke too soon because it also stopped floating. I will say the physical bath bomb itself as it's dissolving, I guess, looks kind of cool. This might be a texture issue for some people. I personally like it, and it looks like it would be painful or uncomfortable, but it's actually very soft to the touch. I'm just gonna go ahead and keep dissolving it and see where we can get with this. I think considering the fact that the packaging says that it's gonna like fizz and dance and spin, that was kind of a lie. I'm holding this bath bomb up because if I don't, it's gonna fall completely to the bottom, but who knows, maybe it will float back up to the top. So I'm gonna go ahead and let go and just kind of watch it for like a minute, and spoiler alert, it never came back up. I had to physically pick it up myself. So the packaging definitely did lie about that. I personally do think that it looks really cool though, the way it's fizzing. It reminds me of one of those exfoliating sponges that I just love, but I could definitely see somebody absolutely hating the texture of this and looking at it. Remember how in the beginning of the video I said I could probably break this bath bomb in my hand before putting it in the water? Well, now that it's actively dissolving, I know for a fact that I can go ahead and crush this. And as much as I wanted to just go ahead and let it dissolve in the water, it wasn't really doing much, and I have no self-control, so I just went ahead and started crushing it. Some of the packaging may have been lying, but at least there is a prize inside. I'm gonna set that off to the side though and start messing with this bath bomb a little bit. I will say this is actually more satisfying to play with than some of my bath bombs, especially when I crush them. I never get this effect, and I actually love it because it's so satisfying and soft, and I can appreciate that from this bath bomb. I'm noticing my hands are getting colored, but I'm not gonna get too worried because as soon as I started putting my hand in the water, I noticed all the color coming right off, and after like 10 seconds of rubbing my hands around, it did all come off. Now back to this prize in question. I'm noticing that it's probably like a piece of paper. Definitely not what I was expecting. I thought we would get some kind of toy or something, maybe even something mermaid themed, but it turns out that it was a sticker. I'm trying to read it from this way, and I think it says girl boss. Love that, I guess. And this is what the tub is looking like after the bath bomb has been done dissolving. If I zoom into the bottom, you can see that there's just a bunch of pieces of the bath bomb that didn't dissolve, but I guess since the bath bomb wasn't pigmented enough, it's kind of translucent. I'm just gonna give this one more shot and just go ahead and move this color around with my hands because sometimes my bath bombs do that too. And it definitely helped because this is the end result of the water. It's like a really pretty rose color. This was supposed to be coconut lime scented, which I personally didn't pick up on. The fragrance itself is also very minimal. Overall, for the price that you pay, I feel like this bath bomb could be a cool experience for kids.